The Electric Hour presents Nelson Eddy. It's that pleasant hour for light and power. Brought to you by 170 business-managed electric companies. With Robert Armbruster, the orchestra and chorus, our guest, CORRINA MURA, your announcer, Frank Graham, and starring Nelson Eddy.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Nelson Eddy once again swinging open the musical gates of the Electric Hour and cordially inviting you in. Today's special guest is that fascinating, captivating lady of the guitar, CORRINA MURA. This lovely senorita brings along her exciting songs from Latin America. Then, in addition to melodies from below our border, music about the Major General of Gilbert and Sullivan, the Cossacks of Russia,
and the beautiful lady of Spain. Nelson Eddy opens this afternoon's Electric Hour in bright, romantic mood as he sings the charms of the Lady of Spain.
Night in Madrid, blue and tender, Spanish moon makes silver splendor. Music throbbing plaintive, sobbing notes of a guitar, while ardent caballeros serenade. Lady of Spain, I adore you. Right from the night I first saw you, my heart has been yearning for you. What else could any heart do? Lady of Spain, I'm appealing. Why should my lips be concealing all that my eyes are revealing? Lady of Spain, I love you. Lady of Spain, I adore you. Right from the night I first saw you, my heart has been yearning for you. What else could any heart do? Lady of Spain, I'm appealing. Why should my lips be concealing all that my eyes are revealing? Lady of Spain, Lady of Spain, Lady of Spain, I love you.
Yea, music is the prophet's art. Among the gifts that God hath sent, one of the most magnificent.
Henry Wadsworth Longfellow said that, and America's grand poet was speaking truth. Yes, music is indeed an art magnificent, for into it man can pour his deeper, finer emotions. An excellent example is this poem set to music, written many years ago by a young man for his wife who lay dangerously ill. A song that showed his eternal love.
Believe me, of all those endearing young charms, a melody of love that has become a symbol of undying, unyielding devotion. Nelson Eddy.
I gaze on so fondly today were to change by tomorrow and fleet in my arms, like fairy gifts fading away. Thou wouldst still be adored as this moment thou art. Let thy loveliness fade as it will, and around the dear ruin each wish of my heart would entwine itself verdantly It is not where beauty and youth are known, and thy cheek unprofaned by a tear, that the fervor and faith of a soul can be known, to which time will but make thee more dear. Oh, the heart that has truly loved never forgets, but as truly loves on to the close. As the sunflower turns on her god when he sets, the same look which it turned when he rose.
They say that money talks. If that were really true, I wonder what a penny would say. Not much, of course, because it's so little.
Yeah, hold on there, young feller. Don't go running us pennies down. They may be small, but by golly, we do some mighty big jobs, I'm telling you.
Well, now, Mr. Penny, there's no offense intended. We know you pennies do the best you can in spite.
Yeah, look here, my young friend. Us pennies do our share and more, too. Why, just one penny can run a washing machine for 3 whole tubs of clothes. In fact, can clean 6 large rugs. Nothing puny about that, now, is there?
No, but...
What's more, one penny can toast 35 slices of bread, keep a refrigerator nice and cool for 5 hours, keep a radio playing all evening, and make 20 cups of coffee. Why, land of Goshen, Bub, us pennies are strong. Getting stronger all the time.
Now you're talking, Mr. Penny. Yes, friends, the power of the penny, electric-wise, was never so great as it is today. And that's because the electric companies, applying the principles of sound management, have found ways to reduce the price of electricity until, on the average, a penny buys twice as much electricity today as it did 20 years ago. Of course, your bill may have increased a little, but that's because you're probably using more than twice as much electricity, what with all the lights and appliances you've added over the years. In dollars and cents, your electric bill still represents one of the biggest bargains of any item in your family budget. Guest of the day, CORRINA MURA.
Not long ago, a young lady from down Texas way started on an extensive tour of Latin American countries. There, she soon learned the difference between a tortilla and an enchilada, a comparsita and a cucaracha. That was progress. So she stayed on and soon began to pick up the customs, the music, and I have no doubt her fair share of the gay caballeros. Returning to the United States, CORRINA, accompanied by her guitar, left most of the senors south of the border, but she did bring back some exciting Latin American songs, which audiences have found most delectable. They say proof of the pudding is in the eating. Well, then proof of CORRINA MURA is in the listening. Start proving, CORRINA. Fine job, CORRINA. Proof enough. That was Samba Lele, Portuguese no less, meaning Samba Lele. Tell me, CORRINA, why are many Latin American songs so short?
Well, Nelson, maybe it's because they like to get at the next song as quickly as possible.
CORRINA, I love that South American viewpoint. For an encore seems to be in order.
Well, here's a song from Las Hijas del Zebedeo called Carcelera.
Sounds fascinating. Play on, senorita. Oh, beautifully done, Corrina. Really lovely. Musically, you've covered the subjects of joy and sadness very well, but there's another Latin American subject that seems to be on the upswing, the subject of amor.
Oh, love. What a subject.
Si.
Well, Nelson, you know the song Clavelitos, which means little carnation?
Huh?
It's about a flower vendor who tells a pretty senorita that he'll be glad to give her flowers if she'll only return his love.
A touching arrangement, Corrina, but I suppose she's holding out for a fur coat.
Oh, no. She's just a simple girl who would much rather have flowers.
You mean there is such a girl?
See.
Well, what finally happens? Does the maiden acquiesce to the wishes of the flower vendor? Does she fall under the spell of the fragrant carnation?
Well, the song doesn't say, Nelson. You simply have to supply the ending for yourself.
Well, I'll bet she runs off for the flower vendor, and pretty soon we hear the patter of little carnations.
Oh, please, senor. Shall we proceed?
Senorita, I lay my carnations at your feet. Clavelitos para los chombeles.
Clavelitos que los sacan los ojos cerrados.
Y los traigo en el cesto a precio modesto, rojos y pintados. Clavelitos de la tierra dorada. Clavelitos que vienen de Granada. Clavelitos que los traigo aquí para ti y que tienen la esencia presente potente que usted ve en mí. Porque tiene muchísimo interés para dar corazones. ¡Oye! Enseñate esa esencia presente potente que ya sabe usted.
Si tú me quieres, mi niño cariño, yo te revento, maldito bonito. Y verás que bien marchamos y estamos juntos en un abrisito.
Si tú me quieres,
cerrada de loma, yo te llevo más aquí de allí. Y todos tus cabelitos bonitos, todos serán para ti.
Todos son para ti, para ti, para ti, para ti. Ah, Corrina, that was fun. Thanks for being our guest today. And before you go, I want to wish you luck in your new picture at RKO, Honeymoon.
Oh, thank you, Nelson. And I'll be listening next week when Jeanette MacDonald visits you on the Electric Hour. Until then, adios, amigo.
Adios.
Illustrative anecdote, Gilbert and Sullivan.
Here's a story of what happened when Gilbert and Sullivan first met. As Gilbert was being introduced to the famous composer Sullivan, he rose and said,
Mr. Sullivan, you arrived just at the right time to settle a dispute.
Yes?
I maintain that if a composer has a musical theme to express, he can express it as perfectly upon the simple tetrachord of Mercury, in which, as I need not tell you, there are no diatonic intervals at all, as upon the much more complicated diapason with the 4 tetrachords and the redundant note, which embraces all the simple double and inverted chords.
Naturally, Sullivan was taken aback at this display of musical knowledge. He didn't know that Gilbert, knowing nothing of music, had memorized the sentence from the Encyclopedia Britannica.
From The Pirates of Penzance, one of the most successful of all Gilbert and Sullivan collaborations, Nelson Eddy sings the Major General's Song.
I am the very pattern of a modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted, too, with matters mathematical. I understand equations, both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. A lot of news, not of... Here it is. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculus, but still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and Sir Caradoc. I answer hard acrostics, I've a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus. In conics I can swore peculiarities parabolous. I can tell undoubted Raphael from Gerardo's and Sophones. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Dinner for, minifor, sinafor, ginnifor, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore, and whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic uniform and tell you every detail of Caractacus' uniform. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell it sight a chassepot rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm all wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy. Strategies, oh my word, this is difficult. Strategies. I've got it. You'll say a better major general has never strategy.
Say a better major general has never strategy. Say a better major general has never strategy. Say a better major general has never strategy.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general. From out of the black night, riding fury bent over the rugged plains, come the Cossacks. Yes, here they come now, riding like the wind, their faces set with fierce determination, their minds intent on singleness of purpose, for they're on a dangerous and daring mission. It's a military secret, but they're heading for the Café Balalaika for a rendezvous with wine, women, and song. Lucky comrades. Men and leather, fare thee well. Sweat and saddle, fare thee well. Wine and women, mine forever. Wine will sour, women never. Ride, 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 Cossack, ride. Love is waiting, ride, Cossack, ride.
Ride, 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 Cossack, ride. Love is waiting, ride, Cossack, ride.
Sword and dagger, shot and shell, booming cannon, fare thee well. Wind behind me, sky above me, now to find one to love me. Ride, 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 Cossack, ride. Love is waiting, ride, Cossack, ride.
Ride, 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 Cossack, ride. Love is waiting, ride, Cossack, ride. Ride to the north and find your love beneath the northern stars.
No.
Ride to the south and light your love beneath the sun and moon.
No.
Ride to the east and light your love beside the rising sun.
No, ride to the Balalaika where there's love for everyone.
Balalaika.
The Balalaika, the Balalaika. lips. I'm in heaven. Ride, 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 Papa, ride. Love is waiting, ride, Papa, ride. Ride, 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 Papa, ride. Love is waiting. Ride, Papa, ride.
Nelson Eddy will be back in just a moment.
Among your hosts for the Electric Hour in the New York area are the Consolidated Edison System Companies. We join with 169 other business-managed electric companies to bring you this friendly music and these talks about the electric business and what business enterprise can do to build an even greater America. Nelson Eddy.
Nelson Eddy again. Ladies and gentlemen, though war clouds no longer darken our horizons, the work of the Red Cross still goes on. There are the men in hospitals who need care, returning veterans who need assurance, devastated areas which need rebuilding, underfed, ill-clothed people throughout the world who need assistance. There are countless other jobs which the Red Cross has to do here and abroad. That takes money. Money which has to come from all of us. Support the Red Cross. Give what you can. Next week, Robert Armbruster, the orchestra and chorus, Frank Graham, and I will meet you again on the Electric Hour, when our guest will be Jeanette MacDonald. We're going to do the music we promised you a few weeks ago, familiar songs from our motion pictures. Until next Sunday, then, may happiness light your home, and more power to you.
The Electric Hour comes to you from Hollywood, direct from the soundstage of the Walt Disney Studios, and is transmitted to our troops overseas by the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.